Good morning guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be part 1 of my Zara Perfume first impression / review. So I did order a whole bunch of Zara perfumes, but it's going to have to be in 2 parts because my Jo Malone ones did not come yet. So I did want to do this in 2 parts, and please keep in mind as we're going through the perfumes today, this is very much a first impression. I haven't given all of these a fair wear, nor will I probably, because there's a few that I straight up just don't like. There's a couple that I think are okay, but I'm undecided whether I'll keep them or not. And yeah, this morning I just started my day off nice and slow. I made myself a cup of coffee, and I also painted my nails. And I always get questions about what colors I'm using and how I paint my nails, so I thought I'd give you guys a little glimpse. I usually just paint my nails in the morning while I'm having my morning coffee. It just works really well for me because I'm going to be sitting here drinking coffee anyways and usually watching YouTube or answering some emails, so I may as well do my nails at the same time. And the color that I'm using today is called Cashmere Wrap from the brand Vinilux. I'm also putting on the Shiny Brilliant top coat from Sally Hansen. And so with that, let's get into today's video. If this is your first time on my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Alithia, and on this channel we talk mostly about perfume. We also talk a little bit about decluttering, home decor, nail polish of course, and other things like that. So if you enjoy those things, make sure to head on down and subscribe, and let's get into today's video. Okay, so as you guys can see, I'm still sipping on my morning coffee, and I did finally get my top coat on my nails, so those are all done. And these are all of the Zara perfumes we're going to be going through. And excuse me, I do have a bit of a frog in my throat, I think just from not sleeping enough the last couple days. But these are all of the Zara perfumes we're going to be talking about. And before we get into today's video, I'll let you know a couple of things. Number one, this is probably one of my highest requested videos, was for me to go through the Zara perfumes and tell people which ones I think are worth it. And also I want to let you know I would never order this many Zara perfumes just for myself. There was a few that I kind of knew would not be up my alley, but I really wanted to smell them because either they were popular or people asked about them. And also I had a few presumptions or preconceptions about Zara perfumes that I want to share with you. The first preconception that I had about Zara perfumes was that I would not like many of them, that there wouldn't be any that really jumped out at me. And the second preconception that I had was that they would be poor quality and not long lasting and not really worth keeping any of them in my collection. So those are my assumptions. Those are my assumptions about them before smelling, and I will let you know as we go through if those assumptions held true or if there's any I think are actually worth having. Okay, so let's go over one that I really distinctly don't like, just to start it off, and this is Black Amber. So this one took me a while to put my finger on, but as soon as I smelt it, I knew that it smelled a lot like something I've smelled before, and I couldn't put my finger on it, but finally I realized this one reminds me of Dolce & Gabbana The One. I used to really like The One. It used to be one of my favorite perfumes, but I cannot wear it these days anymore. I just don't like it. And to be honest, my first impression of this perfume, like this one, when I smelt it, was that it was dark and strange and I didn't like it. So anyways, the notes that you have in here are actually quite light and fresh. So you have mandarin orange in the opening, you have passion fruit, tiara flower, and you also have musk and vanilla. So they say it is a sweet, fruity, musky vanilla, and I guess it is, but for me it definitely smells dark. It smells like it has a dark quality to it. I thought maybe there was some woody notes or something in here. Anyways, I don't care for this one, so I can't tell you how long it lasts or anything like that because I have not tried it on my skin. I just don't even like it enough to even bother doing that. And personally, if I was going to choose between this one and The One from Dolce & Gabbana, I would just go for The One because The One has more of a sparkling quality about it. It's just a lot nicer in my opinion, and this one smells to me like not as good, slightly more woody version of Dolce & Gabbana The One. So that's my quick little take on Black Amber. This one is a fail for me. Okay, so now let's talk about one that I actually like, and I think it's very, very nice. This is Femme by Zara. So when I say that I like it and it's very nice, I still don't know if I would go out and buy a bottle for myself and keep it in my collection, but this is one of the ones that when I smelt it, kind of was like the nicest impression. So this one has peony and bergamot in the opening. In the middle, it has tonka bean and sandalwood, and in the base, it has vanilla, musk, and patchouli. So first I have to say I really like the bottle. I like that the bottle is this opaque white. I think it's very classy and very pretty looking, and it just looks quite nice and quite classy, you know, sitting there. So this is basically a sweet vanilla musky perfume. It's quite nice, it's quite feminine. The peony in there just gives it a little touch of floral without being too floral. This is the kind of perfume I would wear either to bed at night, just something relaxing and cozy and cuddly and feminine, or it would be something I would actually wear to work, because myself working in healthcare, I could get away with this perfume. It's not strong, it's not overpowering, it's not in your face, it doesn't really smell like a perfume, and I don't think people would accuse you of wearing something too strong if you were to wear this. However, I do have to say, actually I did try wearing this the other day just to see how it would go, if anybody would compliment me or notice it, or if I could smell it on myself throughout the day, because I do have a couple of other work perfumes that I do wear to work, and I can smell them on myself throughout the day, even though they're not really perfumes. This one I did spray generously. I sprayed down my shirt and kind of all over the front, and I actually sprayed a little bit like on my neck area, and I could not smell this on myself throughout the day. And I kind of like intentionally tried to smell my shirt, and it was barely there. It kind of just disappeared. Whereas my other work perfumes that I like, which are Glossier You and Clean Skin from Clean Reserve, those ones I can smell on myself throughout the day. So this was quite weak. It did not have great lasting power. I think the scent itself is very pretty, and this is probably my favorite of all the Zara perfumes in today's video. So the only thing about this one, again, is just that lasting power. It just doesn't have very good performance. So that is Zara Femme. Would I run out and buy a bottle? Probably not, because at this point I have so many perfumes in my collection that I need it to tick off so many boxes for me, so I probably wouldn't buy this for myself. But this is very nice. Everything they've said about this perfume is true. It is really pretty. Okay, so the next one is in this cute little bottle, and this is called Zara Nuit. Now this one, when I sprayed it on paper, I actually really liked it, because on paper it gave off a very powdery vanillic vibe, which I really liked. I love powdery vanilla perfumes. But actually on the skin, this is quite a lot different. It's a lot more woody, and it's also a little bit more fruity, and it's just not my vibe on my skin. So paper, I really liked it. Skin, I did not like it. So in the opening in this one, you have bergamot. In the middle, you have rosewood and big strawberry, and in the base you have vanilla and amber. So that's where that woodiness comes from, is that because it does have that rosewood note, and then it has the amber. And I think I've seen in some videos, like just some random YouTubers, not perfume reviewers, but the odd video where somebody was talking about Zara perfumes, I've seen the odd person say they really liked this, and I would describe this as like a sexy date night perfume. That's what I would wear this one for. It is pleasant, it's just not my cup of tea. And this one for me had about the same performance as the Zara Femme. So it lasted for a couple of hours on the skin, at least a couple of hours, but it wasn't like a big projector or performer. So even though this is like date night perfume, if I was going out on a date, I'd probably pick a different perfume. The next one is in this really pretty bottle, and this is called Wonder Rose. And something that I find really funny about Zara, and other people have mentioned it too, is that they name their perfumes very strange names, because the names do not tell you at all what the perfume smells like. So this one is called Wonder Rose, and actually this one doesn't, from Fragrantica, from what I can see, doesn't have rose in it at all, and I don't really smell rose. What you have in here is actually pear, red fruits, and vanilla. So this is really a typical fruity floral, or sorry, a typical fruity vanilla perfume. So this does have a lot of berries. It smells very young. It smells a little bit like a body splash, like a body spray. Definitely reminds me of something you would get from Bath & Body Works. This would be a great scent for a younger person, I think, or I guess any age, who really likes a fruity perfume. So if you like those kind of like fruity body splash type of perfumes, then this would be great. And it does have a very youthful, fun, fresh daytime vibe. It is definitely not my vibe. I do not like just straight up like fruity perfumes. I like there to be a little bit something more going on. I think a lot of people do really like this one. Like I say, if you like fruity perfumes, like just a straight up basic red fruit with a little bit of vanilla, you'll really like this, but it's definitely not my cup of tea. So I didn't even try wearing this on my skin. It doesn't smell bad, it smells fine, it smells good, just totally not my cup of tea. So the next one I just have in a little roller ball instead of a large one because I didn't want to get all big bottles. And this is Zara Woman Gold. So this one, the notes on Fragrantica are actually different than what was on the box. When I got the box, it said, I believe, fruits and honey was what was in here. But when you look on Fragrantica, it says there's vanilla, strawberry, caramel, and musk. So I don't know. I think Fragrantica is wrong, or it's the wrong version that I'm looking at, because this one definitely has honey in it. This one for sure is sexy. It's sweet. It's nighttime. It's something, out of all the perfumes I'm talking about in today's video, if you were going to pick one to go out for a sexy date where you wanted to be really like in someone's face, kind of provocative, or like you were going to a club or something like that and you wanted to be like overly sexy, you know, this would be the one that you would pick. So this one has a very sweet honey accord, and the first thing it reminded me of when I smelt it was Jean Paul Gaultier Scandale, and it also reminded me of Lady Million. And I did just look on Fragrantica, and even though the notes are wrong, or not wrong, but they don't represent what this smells like, everybody's saying it smells like Lady Million, so I wasn't far off the mark. And yeah, that's what this reminds me of. And I don't mind Lady Million, just so that you guys know. It's just not my favorite perfume because I can't handle a whole bunch of honey in my perfumes. So honey perfumes and me usually are not the best of friends. That being said, I do like the way this smells, but again, this does not have great performance. I think you'd have to really, like, I haven't given it a fair wear, to be fair. I've only used the roller ball, so I haven't like sprayed it all over myself, which is what I usually would do. And I think if you sprayed this all over yourself, it would probably last you for the night because it is quite a strong smelling perfume. When I put this on my skin, just like roller ball style, it didn't last very long. So that's my thoughts on the Zara Woman Gold. I think it's very sexy. It definitely gave me that kind of like, you know, when I smelt it. But again, I don't think I'd buy a bottle because it's very similar to Jean Paul Gaultier Scandale / Lady Million. And if I wanted that kind of perfume, I'd probably just go and get myself a discount bottle of Lady Million from FragranceBuy.ca or something like that, because you can get them for super, super cheap and they have monster performance. So that's my take on the Zara Woman Gold. It's nice, it's sexy. I think a lot of people would really, really like this one. And if you want something that is a pretty close dupe for Lady Million at a fraction of the price, then this might be one to check out. Okay, and the next one in this really beautiful bottle, oops, almost dropped it. This really beautiful bottle is called Red Vanilla. And I have to say, this is probably the most disappointing to me out of all the ones I ordered, because for a bottle that looks like this and for having a name like Red Vanilla, I was really hoping it would give me more vanilla vibes. Again, it's a little bit misleading for a name because you really don't get a lot of vanilla with this perfume, and that's what a lot of people have said online as well. So the notes that you have in here is blackcurrant, vanilla, praline, patchouli, pear, tonka bean, and iris. And a lot of people on Fragrantica are saying this reminds them of La Vieille Belle. Again, I completely I don't disagree 100%. It has a teeny tiny bit of a La Vieille Belle vibe, but if I was going to pick between this and La Vieille Belle, I would just hands down get the original La Vieille Belle, which by the way I like. I'm kind of tired of it. This to me is much more of a fruity smell. It just kind of gives me a little bit of like a sour fruity vibe. I don't get a whole bunch of vanilla. I get a little bit of patchouli. It's just kind of disappointing. It's like not special. It doesn't smell that good. That's my opinion. I'm just going to take the lid off. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get a whole lot of vanilla with this. I mostly get those kind of fruity notes, a little bit of patchouli. It's kind of along the same lines as that black amber. It smells like it's trying to be something, but it's not quite hitting the mark. You know what I mean? So that's my personal opinion of this one. I don't know if anybody else has this perfume and really likes it, but for me, it really misses the mark. I can see what they were trying to do. When I smell it, I can see like what they were trying to get at, but it just doesn't smell that good to me. So yeah, this is Red Vanilla. I don't like this one. I don't think it's worth it for myself. I was kind of wondering if it would be similar to Forever Red from Bath & Body Works. If you guys know Forever Red, that one is like insanely popular and a lot of people really, really like that one. But I think Forever Red is a much better curated fragrance and has better performance than this one. So this is Red Vanilla, another unfortunate fail for me. Okay, the next one is Zara Oriental, and this bottle is really pretty. And this perfume, you guys, is probably my second or third favorite. That doesn't mean I would run out and buy a bottle, but out of all the ones I tried, this is definitely my second or third favorite. It's definitely up there for me. So this perfume has top notes of freesia, rose, and bergamot. In the middle, you have vanilla and jasmine, and in the base, you have caramel, patchouli, and musk. I do like it. I think what kind of ruins it for me a little bit is that patchouli, because it does give it a little bit of a green kind of a sharpness that I don't really like. Again, I feel like for me, it's nice, and I think a lot of people probably like it, so I really apologize. I think I'm probably offending a lot of people with my opinions of these perfumes, but I think I've just smelled so many perfumes that 3 years ago I would have loved this, but today I'm like, So this is a nice caramel scent. It's very inoffensive. Again, I think this one would make a great daytime scent, a great office scent. It's feminine and pretty and smells sophisticated. It's not going to offend anybody. It's not going to choke anybody out. I think you could also even wear it for a date because it does have that nice caramel in there, and it is nice. It smells nice, but again, I feel like they were trying to do something and I'm not quite sure if they hit the nail on the head with it. Like, it's good, but it's not full bottle worthy for me. So let me just look and see what people are comparing it to. Okay, so Fragrantica says that it reminds them of Flower Bomb or Jimmy Choo by Jimmy Choo. Okay, I can see that. I can see why they would say that. It is along those lines for sure, which is I think why it's one of my favorites, because I love Flower Bomb. I can see, yeah, but for me, it wasn't like that struck a chord when I first smelt it. It wasn't like, oh yeah, that's Flower Bomb, or oh, that's Jimmy Choo. It's along those lines, but again, I would just definitely go for Jimmy Choo or Flower Bomb, regardless of the price, you guys. I know a lot of people ask, for the price, do you think it's worth getting these cheaper perfumes because they're so affordable? My answer is no. I would rather spend twice as much or 3 times as much and get a perfume that has amazing lasting power that I love, that smells so good. Even if I have to save up for it, even if it means buying fewer perfumes, I would rather get fewer, better perfumes. I would not want to fill my collection with perfumes that don't quite hit the nail on the head, that don't quite do it for me. No, I don't think it's worth it even for the price. So yeah, to me, this one, the performance is okay. It's not great. I probably got a good 4 or 5 hours with this one on skin, which is pretty good. But I'm not 100% in love with the scent itself. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Oriental. So they have 3 different discovery sets. They have this one, which is the, what is this one called? Boost My Feelings discovery set. It says create a peaceful state of mind, and the notes are on the back, so I'll tell you all these 3 fragrances. We'll talk about Gardenia last because I think that's the one that a lot of people are wondering my opinion on, because that's supposedly a black opium dupe. But we'll just quickly go over this discovery set. I have to say that out of all these fragrances, I think that this discovery set, all 3 of these perfumes smell the most sophisticated and the most well done and the most unique. Okay, so first of all, they have this really beautiful light blue writing on them. They just look so pretty. These ones, I think, if you liked the scent, I think these would be full bottle worthy because the bigger bottles would look so beautiful, and these ones actually smell more expensive. So this one is called Holistic Flow, and this is probably my least favorite of the 3, so we'll start with this one. So this has notes of passion fruit, orange blossom, and musk. And this is a really pretty, uplifting, relaxing, fruity floral with a little bit of musk. The only thing I don't care for about this one is that, as you guys know, just a typical kind of fruity floral scent is not my vibe. I don't like just a straight up fruity fragrance. I like there to be a little bit more going on, like some vanilla or something like that. I just don't really like straight up fresh or straight up fruity fragrances. So what I mostly get from this is that orange blossom and the passion fruit. It's mostly a fruity fragrance. It's just like a nice, relaxing, musky orange blossom type of fragrance. So that is the Holistic. Okay, so the second one is called Mystery Balance, and this one, you guys, is actually quite nice. So this one has notes of ozonic accord, sandalwood, and musk. And what this really smells like, this has a very relaxing oceanic quality. This one, if I close my eyes and smell it, I can hear seagulls, I can hear waves crashing. I literally feel like I am on the beach. The picture that they have in the back of the package is absolutely perfect, as you can see. So it's the one on the left with the ocean there, 100%. That is what I get from this. So this is a very pleasant scent. For me, it's kind of the type of scent I would want for a candle though, or a room spray, or it's the type of fragrance I would want on my body if I was like having a relaxing bath or at the spa or something like that. This isn't the type of perfume I would wear on a regular basis. It's really pleasant and it's very relaxing and very calming and very tranquil, and it really does smell like the ocean. I can smell a little bit of salt, I can smell the waves. It's like driftwood almost. Oh, it's very, very pleasant. But again, I feel like pleasant for a candle. Like if I had a candle that smelled like this, I would be in love with it. I would burn it all the time. But for a perfume, I don't think I would wear this, but this is a really nice smelling perfume. If you were looking for something, if you were like having an anxious day and maybe it was a rainy day and you wanted to spend the day at home and just feel a little bit more relaxed or tranquil, this would be a great one to spray. And the last one from that collection is Cozy Serenade, and it's in this bottle here. I don't know if you can see the writing. It's very pretty. It's really light blue. This one, you guys, is really quite nice. So this one has orchid, vanilla, and sandalwood. And this one to me, of course, I love my vanilla perfumes. I also love orchid in my perfumes. This is like a relaxing version of a gourmand. It's kind of along the same lines as Ariana Grande REM. Not that they smell alike, they do not smell alike, but they're both kind of in that same category of they smell good, they smell gourmand, but they're also sort of relaxing. This one, however, I would not say is sexy. Yeah, I wouldn't call this a sexy perfume. Like I say, they really hit the nail on the head when it comes to the whole emotional aspect, because this smells tranquil. It smells serene. It smells peaceful, but it still has that vanilla orchid accord. So imagine a gourmandy floral fragrance, but with tranquility. That's this. This is something I would... Again, this would make an incredible like spa smell, candle smell, body lotion, having a bubble bath at night and treating yourself. This would be a great perfume to wear to bed. Actually, all of the fragrances from this holistic discovery set would be great to wear to bed. They're all relaxing, they're all peaceful, they're all nice. This one, I really like the way it smells. It's a little too tranquil for me like to wear as a everyday perfume. Again, it gives me too much of that spa candle vibe to wear as a perfume, but it does smell beautiful, that being said. So I hope that makes sense. I also really like the colors they've chose. They're just so perfect and yeah, really nice, but I probably wouldn't wear it as a perfume. And the last one that we'll go through today, and the one that, this one's again probably in my top 2 or 3 along with the Femme and the Oriental. I like this better than the Oriental, and I'm kind of on the fence about whether I like it as much as Femme or not. So this is ZARA Gardenia, and again, it's one of those really misleading names because this does not smell like gardenia. If you look online, again, the notes are a little bit misleading. The notes do not make it sound like the way it actually smells. So I will try to find the most recent release of the notes and put them on the screen for you. But what this smells like is black opium. That's what this smells like. This smells like black opium, but not quite as strong or rich or dense or thick. So again, it's really nice and I do like it. Let me just take the lid off here. It's nice and I like it, but again, I feel like this one almost hits the nail on the head for me, but not quite. I think if you want a black opium dupe, or you want a black opium that you can just spray constantly all the time without worrying about, you know, wasting money or going through a bottle too quickly, or if you want to layer it with the real black opium, I think this would be a good one, because I think this bottle was only like $20 or something like that for 100 ml. But again, I would still rather buy the original black opium. Even if I was on a budget, I would rather just save up and buy fewer perfumes, and I would just rather have 1 or 2 perfumes that had really good performance and was the real thing and was very bold and long lasting and everything else, and had that richness to it. This would be a great option, like I say, if you are really on a budget and you really want black opium and you only have $25 to buy a perfume with, then yes, then I would go for this. But personally, I still prefer the real black opium. Like, I was even thinking to myself, if the black opium dupe from Zara is as good as black opium, I will keep them because I love black opium. I have black opium, I love black opium. But like I say, for me, this kind of just isn't quite as good quality. It's not as thick or rich or dense. Lasting power is pretty good. This actually projects and it lasts for a decent amount of time on my skin. It's just that the smell itself is not 100% for me. But anyway, so my take on Gardenia is that it smells good. It smells similar to black opium, but I still wouldn't wear it, I don't think. Like, yeah, I hope this is making sense to you guys. It just kind of smells like a weaker, duplicated version of black opium, I guess. So yeah, that is the Gardenia. So yeah, just to kind of summarize, probably my 3 favorites from all of this, well, my 3 favorites from the bigger bottles, I would say, are the Femme, the Oriental, and the Gardenia. However, my top two would probably be Gardenia and Femme. Femme smells really, really nice. I'd probably only use it to bed or to work. I wouldn't use it as like a regular daytime perfume. I have other vanilla perfumes that are stronger and better quality. Three that impressed me the most that I think are like very nicely made and are actually beautiful smelling are probably the three from the Boost My Mood collection, the Discovery set. And they're just really nice, but again, I think they'd make better candles than perfumes. And most of the other ones fell pretty flat for me. And I have to say, like, my assumptions with the Zara perfumes pretty much met my expectations, which was that the performance wouldn't be great and I wouldn't be totally in love with any of the scents. So yeah, probably will not be keeping any of the Zara perfumes from this batch. I'm interested still to see what the Jo Malone fragrances are like. And there's also a couple of other ones coming, like the Orchid, and I can't remember what else is coming. But yeah, if you guys have any Zara perfume recommendations for me, let me know down below. So that was it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed, and stay tuned for next week. I'm going to have some exciting more content coming, as well as part 2 of my Zara haul. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye for now.